Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to do quite a simple look, a slightly more like a monochromatic look, something for every day, nice and light and fresh. And actually there's kind of a new blush technique trend going around, very similar to be honest to the kind of editorial C look, but a slightly more wearable version, which I thought I would use in this video, and it would kind of work with the monochromatic look that I wanted to do anyway. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please keep on watching. So I'm going to start off with my skin. I'm going to take my aloe vera gel, just to give my skin a nice bit of hydration, and I'm not going to go in with primer today because this is just an everyday look and I don't tend to do primers for everyday looks, and this does have enough tack in it as well to kind of work as a primer. Okay, I'm going to let that soak in just for a few minutes. I'll still keep it slight tackiness, and then I can go in with some base products. Next, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I'm going to use this all over the skin for an all over nice glow. This does have a little bit of coverage, so I'm not going to do any foundation for today's video. So I'm going to use this instead to add that glow and add just a tiny bit of coverage to the skin, more so to even out the skin tone. Just go ahead and buff into the skin. Now, I don't know which video is going to go up first, because I'm filming a whole bunch this week, but this is the first video technically that I'm filming in 2023. Admittedly, the favourites video came first, but in terms of actually like a look for 2023, this is technically my first video. Obviously took a little break with my job and overtime. That's coming to, well, overtime's coming to a stop for now, so I've got time to play with makeup, and also it's actually quite nice taking a little break because you can think of more makeup ideas come to me, and it's kind of gives you a bit more time to get a bit creative and come up with different looks that you want to do. So yeah, or a fresh ready to go with short hair. Okay, so yeah, just add that nice glow, and it has slightly even out my skin, which is perfect. So next I'm going to go in with concealer, which is hiding. So no surprise, the Hint Beauty concealer in the shade Fair. I am going to go in initially with a brush, just a little concealer brush like this. The foundation brush I used is a Luxie angled top buffer, and this is a Real Techniques concealer brush. So I'm going to pop a little bit under the eyes. Just going to let it sit there for a bit as well. Nothing too crazy. A little bit around my nose because I do get a bit of redness. So I'm just popping this anywhere where I've got redness, or if I've got kind of blue under my eyes. Anywhere where I just want a little bit more added coverage. So certainly in my chin area, because as you can see, it is the time of the month for me as well. But yeah, my skin has very much erupted. I mean, this I've had for almost a month. I think this is more a cyst or something under the skin, but it is slowly going down, which is nice. Okay, for my eyes, I'm just going to take my finger and just gently tap that out. But I will go back to the brush just to blend out down here. Now I'm only blending out the edges because I want to keep the majority of the coverage on the spot, but I'm just going to go around the edges to make sure it melts into the rest of the skin. And there's not an obvious definition of where the concealer starts and ends on my skin. Especially when you're not doing foundation, you just need to be a little bit more careful with the concealer placement and making sure you just blend the edges into the skin so it's not too obvious. Okay, now before we do the blush and this new blush technique, well, I don't know if it's new, but you know, some things just kind of get recycled and become trends again. But I'm just going to quickly do my brows next. So ABH brow powder, taking the darker shade of Auburn. I'm just going ahead and lightly filling my brows in, nothing too heavy. And for this I'm using a Luxie small angled brush. And then just go lightly through them with the Kosas Airbrow gel in clear. Okay, so moving on to the blusher. So I'm taking, now I've seen it a lot with powder blushes as opposed to cream blushes, but I think it's going to work just as well. I'm going to take my Lily Lolo lip and cheek tint in Peony. I yesterday did a massive clear out of my makeup. Well, not a clear out, just a tidy up. Still can't find Poppy anywhere, so I don't know what's happened with that one, but Peony, a beautiful kind of simple pink look, which I think would be quite nice for this everyday look I've got going on. I'm going to take the same brush as I did with my e.l.f. Halo Glow, so the angle to top buffer. And what we're going to do is, taking the brush, I'm going to dip in like I usually would. Let's just coat the brush, shall we? It doesn't matter if it's a bit too much. And what we're going to do is, so it's going to get placed kind of here and onto the eye. So it's basically going to go onto the outer portion of the eye and around here. So it's kind of similar to the editorial look where I would do that C shape, but it's a bit more of a wearable version. So it doesn't go quite up here, it's more onto the eye and round here. So I'm just going to buff it onto the outer portion of the eye and then bring it to where I would do on the cheeks naturally. It's just to tie everything together, and it's a really pretty way of doing it, I think. And I think it's not a new technique, I don't think, personally. I'm sure I've seen this before, but you know, it's just that trends kind of recycle themselves and it's come back around. So I'm purposely using, because it's a cream, I'm kind of using more stippling motions. And like I said, I'm starting with the eye and then I'm going onto the cheek and popping in the placement where I usually would do. And it does kind of add a nice, it does tie the look in quite nicely together, to be fair. And works with this monochromatic look that I want to do. So obviously I'm using this on eyes and cheeks, and of course I'm going to use it for the lip tint purpose, which I don't often do with these, to be fair. So it'd be quite good to use them for that as well. And I guess you just build it up to the intensity you want. Probably not going to go too much heavier because this is meant to be kind of a simple everyday look as well. Okay, so that is how we are looking at the moment. I think it is a really pretty style of doing it. I don't think it's too intense either. I think it does look very wearable and quite nice for an everyday look, which is perfect for this purpose. The last thing, apart from mascara, that I'm going to add to my eyes is actually just a touch of highlighter just to brighten the eyes and to sort of semi-set the lid area, because I have gone with the cream blusher. So I'm just going to take Lily Lolo's Rose Illuminator for this. So I'm just going to take some of this. I'm just on a fluffy brush. This is a blank canvas brush. The name's rubbed off, but like a nice tapered fluffy brush. And I'm just going to buff that just onto the lid and bring it into the inner corner, just to add a bit of brightness and just slightly set the lid. And then all I'm going to do is add some mascara. Now I'm going to actually go very light with the mascara. This is it's Lily Lolo's Big Lash. It can add quite a lot of volume. So what I'm going to do is just gently brush through the lashes. I'm not going to do my wiggling technique to get the volume. I just want to more evenly coat the lashes. So it's going to add a little bit of length, almost like I've tinted my lashes, and that's all I want to do to the lashes, just to keep it very light and very soft with the rest of the look. So I am very, very gently going over the lashes. Okay, and then all that's left is to do your lips, and like I said, monochromatic. I'm going to go back in with Peony from Lily Lolo. No lip liner because I want a soft outline of the lips. Maybe slightly smudged if anything. So that is this look complete. So it is a very simple, everyday, light, fresh makeup look with a slight monochromatic look, trying that new, or the more, trying that trending blusher technique. I really like it. Like I said, I think it's just a more wearable version of the kind of editorial C look, and it does tie in the makeup really nicely together by having the eyes lead into the cheeks like this. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy this video too. Leave me any requests for future videos down below. Let me know your thoughts on this, where you like this kind of blusher technique, placement. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.